Well, hello, crypto lunatics. Today I've got two projects that are not only, I believe, good projects, but they're doing good in the world. They're serving a purpose. They've got great utility, and they're still relatively early stage. So without further ado, I will take you to. So the first one is Powerledger. So let's have a little look here on Coin Market Cap. So here you go, folks, Powerledger. So Powerledger is about renewable energy, the storage of it, the tracking of it, everything to do with it. So Powerledger, here we go, is a company that's about tracking and trading of energy. So I'm just going to give you a very brief overview. You can read through all this. I encourage you, as with everything in these videos, I'm just here to guide you into projects that you might want to take a look at. I'm not going to read all of this verbatim to you. I'm just going to tell you that I've looked into it, and it looks like an incredible relatively early stage project. I say relatively early stage, but this has been here since 2016. Let's have a look at their website. So here it is. There's little videos here that you can watch that tells you about how they localize energy. They're even talking about things like green hydrogen, which really is the future of renewables. So these are people. Gemma Green used to work for a big investment bank in London, and she's gone back to set this up. They're in all sorts of countries now. I believe that they're in 6 different continents, I believe. But again, this is just a guide to point you in the right direction. I do believe that they're in Silicon Valley and that they're powering a lot there. So this is about a blockchain-based platform that is showing you where the energy came from, how green it is, and enabling local grids to plug into it. So let's look at the chart now. So that's today, but let's look at all of it. So Powerledger has been around here since 2017. It was launched, and there it was 0.16 early doors, 0.16, folks. And you can see, although it's been up and down, up and down, up and down, it's not far above what it was actually launched at, which means that the potential of crypto dumpage here is low. It's already had a little mini peak here, gone up to 73, and now it's retraced along with the rest of the market. And I believe that this is definitely a project that's worth looking into. So let's look at the tokenomics as well. So tokenomics, so we're above the 50% circulating supply versus total supply that I always suggest. I mean, that's not fantastic tokenomics by any stretch of the imagination. But the reason that this being a difference only happens when it's time to take profit. And let's face it, there's not likely to be much dumpage at this price, folks. So it mitigates that risk. It's a good project. It's worth looking into. I suggest you look into it. And the next project is another one that I really like the look of, and this is called Dimitra. So let's look at Dimitra now. Dimitra is a farming project. It's an app that farmers can download that gives them access to global data and compliance information, weather information. So local farmers now have access to their ecosystem via an app, which will show them everything that they need to know about local deforestation, compliance issues, and things relating to that. We'll go on the website in a minute, but first we'll look at the circulating supply versus the total supply. And there's a very small gap there, which is great from a tokenomics point of view, folks, that almost all of the total supply is already circulating. So that's great tokenomics, early stage project. Let's look at all of it. So here's where it gets interesting. When it was launched, it was $4. It went up to $4.89, and that was that was at the last cycle. That was at the end of the last cycle. So all it's done is gone down and been suppressed. So this chart actually looks like a scam coin, but these guys have been growing in the background, and it's already had a little pump in this bull market. Look, it was at 3 cents. and it's already been up as high as 17. So it's shown that it's got traction, it's shown that it's got legs, and the markets retrace unilaterally now. I believe that Dimitra is a great project worth looking into. Here is their website. It's AI in farming. And you can look through that, look through their video. It shows how local farmers have access to their app and technology that will help them to monitor things on the blockchain and to have access to data to be compliant and to optimize their crop cycles. So there you go. You can look into that, folks. I encourage you to look into that. Please do. Two really good projects that are doing good things globally. So these aren't just, they're not just projects with a lot of potential, but they're actually doing good in the world. So there you go, folks. I strongly suggest that you look into Dimitra and Powerledger. As with anything, this isn't financial advice. This is just my little brief summaries, giving you quirky projects of what I think you should look into. And from this point of view, these are two very interesting projects that are doing good in the world. And the doing good in the world factor is really important to me. So that's why I'm highlighting these two projects. That's why I suggest that you definitely have a look into it. As with anything else, do your own research, folks, but two very low cap, early stage projects that could be very interesting.